Hey, good afternoon. Here in Memphis, it is 12:08. So we have been out of mourning for 8 minutes. But I'm here today to talk to you about making America moral again, Mama. Its only purpose is to help make America as great again as it possibly can be. We're going to um, get back to the values and beliefs um, that frankly gave us sanity. Right now, or for the last 4 years, we've been kind of rudderless. We've just been kind of going round and round, and we're just not getting very far, except that we have made such a rut in it that we are going down. I mean, literally down the tubes. Uh, we've got to get back to our constitutional um, beliefs. Um, I mean, that's the document that makes America America. We need to get back to that. But you know, it's one thing for a Democratic congressman or senator to trash a nominee or a person, a human being in a hearing, or for them to stand up and lie. I mean, just lie and deny. All of that. I mean, we kind of expect that. It's not the best way to debate. I mean, that's what Senate hearings and um, House hearings are supposed to be. I thought was a debate, not a who can out trash each other. And right now, the Democrats are way ahead on the trashing side. The Republicans are just simply telling the truth. I mean, here it is. Um, and the Democrats just simply continue to lie and continue to try to delay, destroy any plans that Trump and this MAGA movement might have in actually making us great again. They're doing everything they can to stop it. They're certainly not helping. I have yet to hear any Democrat do anything in these hearings or in these committee, whether we're going to nominate this person or not, hearing. I mean, they're not helpful. And now, as momentum is building and excitement is growing, and we are beginning to do really good things for America. Poor America's been ignored, abused, kicked, spit on uh, for the last 4 years. And now Democrats are turning to, I guess the only thing they've got left is that they find these liberal judges across the country. Now, I know there's been a couple of Republicans, but I bet they're not really Republicans. But anyway, the point is, judges aren't supposed to be partial or biased to either side. They're not supposed to come at a case with a Democrat liberal mindset, nor should they come with a conservative sanity. That they don't even have to do that, or they shouldn't do that. What they should do is come at it with, I'm going to look at what these two sides are saying. I'm going to hear the evidence impartially, no bias. I mean, that's their job. I mean, that's what a judge is supposed to do. And then the judge is supposed to look at the laws that are already on the books. I mean, we don't even have to make any more. The laws are there. The Constitution, I mean, in the Constitution itself, it says presidents can run the executive branch because they are the head of the executive branch. And now we have these liberal judges, activist judges, which are illegal. An activist judge shouldn't be. I mean, it just shouldn't. There shouldn't be. You shouldn't be able to tell if a judge is liberal or conservative. You shouldn't. They should be right down the center. And they should point to the law. And Trump and his staff, his team, they've got the law on their side. They've got the Constitution on their side. And let's not forget, the most important thing is they have we, the people, on their side. I have yet to hear Republicans complain that we are finding all this abuse and fraud and waste in these government departments. And if they're in the executive branch, which many of them are, if they're under that executive branch umbrella, then Trump can do Trump can do anything he wants. He can fire, hire, promote, give raises. I mean, he has that right, and so does the secretaries that are put in charge of these departments. It's their department. They get with Trump and they say, "What's our objectives here? What's our goals?" They talk to Trump. Trump talks to them. I got news for you. Trump listens when people talk. I mean, he is intently listening. And I'm just talking about if he's walking through the crowd, shaking hands, he'll stop and actually have a conversation with just we the people. And we the people, we want him to do these things. We the people want him to go after illegal immigrants. We want him to do that. We want him to find and get rid of the waste, the fraud, and the abuse that's happening to our poor American society. We're doing all that to ourselves. When a judge and I would say they're corrupt because they have to know. They have to. I mean, how did they get to be a judge if they don't understand anything in the Constitution? If they can't look at an article or a phrase or a sentence or a paragraph in the Constitution and they can't say, "Oh, you know what? Here it is right here. I'm rejecting these claims. Trump can do what he wants in the federal government. And if you don't like it, vote him out." And then the other thing I want to quickly talk about, and Bongino, I'm sorry, my mind doesn't function. I listen to the guy almost every day. I like him a lot. And he was saying that, well, guys, my brain's kicked in again, and I don't remember what he was saying. I don't even remember what I was saying. Oh, 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 oh. Nope. It was close. It was really close. But oh, here we go. Elections, the midterm elections. He's already beginning to talk about midterm elections. And you want to know why? Because midterm elections will decide if we continue on this path of getting back to what America needs to be, uh, getting back to taking care of America first. Um, we need to keep the House and the Senate. We need to do that badly. Um, we need to get rid of the rhinos, primary them out, and put a conservative in there. Fortunately, a couple that I've identified as problematic. Well, one, I thought he was problematic, but he's gone along with every nominee. I don't know why he held up the Patel thing, but he did. It wasn't the Democrats. We knew the Democrats what they would vote, but he voted with the Democrats. So, I thought that, but he's voted every step along the way. So, but not Chuck Schumer. Well, I wish he'd go away too, but I don't have any control over him. Mitch McConnell, probably 99.999% chance that he won't run again because, well, he's getting very old. He's having a lot of trouble staying on his feet. I'm not picking on him. I mean, I care. I mean, I'm concerned. He falls down and he gets hurt. Um, I mean, what are we going to do? Ignore it, deny it, like the Democrats did for so long with Joe Biden. The truth is, McConnell doesn't even need to be in the Senate now, but I mean, he's standing alone. He used to be the guy in the Republican Senate, and now he's burned apparently all his bridges. Even the Democrats aren't siding with him, I don't think. So he's just out there. He'll serve out his term, and I think he'll just go away. But we need to keep control of the Senate. If we could expand control of the Senate, boy, that would be great. If we could get 3 or 4 more seats, if we could get up to 56, 57 senators, that would be fantastic. And the same thing in the House. If we can get or keep control, that's great. But wouldn't it be great if we could, pick up 3, 4, 5 seats to give us some, breathing room? I've been impressed right now with the Republicans in the House and the Republicans in the Senate. They are all sticking together. I'm a bit concerned. I wish that John Thune and Mike Johnson would talk more and that they would bring some of the Senate and some of the House together. I mean, why do they have to be working on things separately like the budget? Why can't some senators and they both have a finance committee. I'm sure they have a budget committee. I don't know what they'd call it. They both have something that looks at the budget. So why not bring them all together? Bring them down to Mar-a-Lago and together, just those groups, and let them work it out. They know they know what the how Mike Johnson knows what the Republicans. I mean, they've met and talked and talked and talked, and John Thune knows what the um, Senate wants because I'm sure they've talked and talked. So bring some principles with you, Republicans, not Democrats. They don't add to anything, they always subtract. So no Democrats. And hammer it out. If it needs to be two bills, then let it be two bills. But no going in that you guys are completely unified. Completely. We cannot afford a chink in the armor. The cabinet members got to stay tough. Got to stay tough. Man, if Kennedy and Kash Patel and Tulsi Gabbard and Pete Hegseth, man, if they lived through those hearings, they can hang tough. And I believe that the rest of them didn't have as hard a time, maybe, but they were also hated on, and they withstood, and they need to remain united and working together. These departments need to be joining together so that we can come up as a united party, because it's that united party that we, the people, can get behind. If you start splitting and you start going off in different directions, well, some of the we, the people, go this way, some of the we, the people, go that way. And before you know it, we're not unified anymore. And that's a killer, guys. That's a killer. If we don't stay unified, there is a chance that we will not be as great as we could be. So we want to make America moral again. We want to do away with all this nonsense that's going on. These judges, I've been trying to pay attention to this impeach to the judges thing, but I'm not quite understanding. Can we do it really or not? I haven't figured that one out yet. Because of my mental condition, I'm not able to do as much research as I'd like to do or as I have done in the past. But the things that I'm talking about really don't need a lot of research. It's most of it's right there in front of us. Most of it's just common sense. And I'm using my almost 67 years on this earth and the experience and the fact that I worked in children's ministries for many years. I was a children's pastor. I've been a special ed teacher. So I've got some unique experiences that I think will help, morally. I'm not that great on all the, I couldn't do what Musk is doing or what Trump is doing or Pete Hegseth or any of the others. That's not who I am. And God didn't call me to do it. If God had called me to do it, I'd have been, or I'd be now, one of those things. But he didn't. He called me just a week or so ago to get involved, support MAGA by supporting Mama, because I know, and I hope most of you know, that if we don't get our moral compass back again, if we don't get our values and beliefs straightened out and get back to those things that made America what America is, we just won't be as great as we could be. We just won't reach the heights that we could be, which means it won't have as lasting effect as it could. So I hope you'll listen to this. Okay, I'm suspecting that especially on Facebook, I don't think they're actually um, listening. I do get some likes, but I mean, you can like something without actually, listening to it or looking at it. Um, I don't get any comments, and no one shares on Facebook, and I don't get it. Um, True Social, Prayers for Our Nation. That's the group. It's the mama group, Prayers for Our Nation on True Social. I wish I could get more people to join. We want as many people as we can. Everyone's invited. The more, the merrier. We don't just talk about mama. We do a lot of praying, and we do a lot of encouraging. And we point out through posts um, what our beliefs, or at least my beliefs, come from, and many of the others in the group. But we welcome others, as long as you've got a good moral compass. We want to know, what source are you using? How effective is it? You know, we want to know these things. So, anyway, like it, share it, and comment. Please, please comment. And if you can find me on YouTube, and I've tried to, and I'll do some more, but if you'll find me on YouTube, not only can you like it and share it and comment, and in fact, the only comments I've got so far basically uh, uh, is from Truth Social. Um, Although I've got one subscriber that I haven't talked to yet, and I would love to talk to him. And then I've got another subscriber who is a friend, and they were able to get onto YouTube and find my channel there, and they commented. Um, anyway, I sure wish I could get some people uh, to say something, even if you hate me, just say you hate me. You're not going to hurt my feelings. It's not nice to say that, but I'm a pretty tough guy. Constructive criticism would be nice. One of the comments that was sent had some constructive criticism in it, and I've tried my best to respond to that criticism. So I've gone too long. I didn't mean to get this long, but these judges and all the crying, but really the judges right now, I am just so infuriated about the judges. And the last thing, I believe now there is a lawsuit, and please correct me if I'm wrong. I'm hoping I'm wrong, but I think I've seen blurbs that there is a lawsuit now, I believe maybe in Philadelphia, somewhere in Pennsylvania. I don't know. Um, but there is a lawsuit about boys being able to play in girls' sports. And they've probably got a liberal judge, an activist, and he may ignore um, the Constitution, and he may go against it. And not only the Constitution, but you know what? A lot of the Constitution is common sense. And these judges, they just defy common sense with these rulings. So I hope I'm wrong. I've only seen a blurb or two about it. But if anybody knows about that, that's an important thing. Uh, Boys do not belong in girls' sports. Title IX, it's as clear as can be. Women, women, women. Okay. I don't care that you call yourself Sally and you used to be Saul. You're still Saul. You are still a man and you don't belong in women's sports. I'm not trying to be mean. It's not being non inclusive because they don't belong there. it's, it's, it's not the girls saying, you know, well, it is the girl, but they're not the ones. Common sense. Title IX says it. So I'm going to quit now. And thank you very much. And I will talk to you again because I promise you I'm not done. I'm going to keep right on going until we're as great as we can possibly be. Take care. Bye bye.